Welcome to my Let's Play showcase from the first 10 episodes on my world. Okay, so this video is all about showing you what's happened in the first 10 episodes and mostly aimed towards new people to the channel which haven't caught up with the actual Let's Play. Got some really cool stuff to show off, and you can see how much progress I've done in 10 episodes, let alone any more. So we're on a creative version of the world, so I can fly around and show you things. So first of all, this is the spawn area of the world, and we'll go back and look at it, what it used to look like. So this was the original spawn of the world, and you can see in the middle there is a witch hut, and that is the focal point of the world you just saw. So there's a lot of grinding which was done in this world to make it look how it is. A lot left to do. The world at the moment has gone through the phase of getting some initial resources, getting some initial farms working, and not at the stage where it's pretty yet. So bear that in mind. Okay, so first of all, this is the actual spawn of the world, and these chunks which are marked out by the half slabs are the spawn chunks of the world as well. 12 by 12, 144 chunks. If you don't know what spawn chunks are, you're going to be a bit lost on some of the mechanics in this world. This is heavily based around the mechanics of spawn chunks, and I've done videos on spawn chunks as well if you're interested, in the description. So there are some main farms that I'm going to show you around the world. I'm not going to go over everything, there's just no need. If you're really interested, you can go back and watch the videos themselves. So first thing is the witch farm. This is probably the main focal point of the spawn. Use my own shifting floors, it works very well. There we are. We've got some doors going around and everything else, that's cool. Holes around the world. I will note that this is not at a pretty stage yet. I've been grinding this world as hard and fast as it can be done, and I will go back and make it look pretty afterwards. I'm just trying to get the resources, the farms, everything else running as soon as I can. So these holes around here are where slime chunks are. They've been removed from the world, so they're not going to be a problem at all. Like so. There you are. So the next little focal point is this thing down here. You see this glass on top of there, glass on top of there. This is the Iron Trench. This is Tango Tech, so I will link it in the description if you've not heard of it. It's good when it's running. It does stop quite frequently though in the snapshots because of the social zombies. And iron golems do get stuck here. Well, they get stuck here enough to annoy me. But yeah, it's good when it's working. So that's under there. There isn't a whole lot more at spawn at the moment. That over there is a 1x1 slime farm. This thing here is another feature of spawn chunks. So this is a portal lift. So if I go through this portal and then hit a button, well, just before I go through the portal, then this portal here will then connect to nether. Then I'll go back from the nether into here and I end up down the bottom there. This is my portal lift. It only works in spawn chunks, so let's light that one. Go through. And there's a few seconds for it to go through. It's built for survival, so that an item drops, turns that portal off, and then I go back through the correct one. So this is the nether, and above we've got the big gold farm. We'll just go back though and just show this. So yeah, we're now at the bottom. So this is what the iron farm comes down to, and this is going to be the biggest storage room of the whole world, collecting everything from farms in spawn. I've got to build it and design it, do a massive storage area around. So all the farms in the spawn chunks will feed directly into this and be sorted. Should be pretty fun. The witch farm comes down here and goes into a sorter as well. Just how it goes at the moment, because it's just a separate system. And it's very productive. So the next thing would be, I guess, looking at this thing over here. So this is just a rough and ready delivery system from the nether. So as we're in spawn chunks, I can send minecarts through from the nether into here without even needing to come into the overworld. The actual minecarts will come through and be sorted, and things will happen to them even though I'm not here. Just a spawn chunks thing. So this is just built so that minecarts come up, items get taken out of them incredibly quickly, and then the cart gets destroyed and collected. So that's just that. And this thing here is just a gigantic delivery system to get items into chests. Mostly for the gold farm at the moment, before it gets hooked up to the storage system, because it is very productive. So we'll go through this portal now, and we'll just jump into nether. So here is the track system I was testing to get minecarts into here with chests in them, and then carry on and be sorted without needing to go into the overworld. So this is just the Nether. It's pretty rough and ready. I've got portals mapped out to many locations, different spawners, different areas, different things going on in the world, and we're just going to look at the main things today. So first things first, we're going to look at the gold farm. So this farm is survival friendly. You can get on top of the Nether legitly, well, as legit as it gets with an ender pearl. And all we do is go through like so. There you are. And this is where I like playing vanilla. So this is the first major build of the whole world so far. This is a gigantic gold farm. This has 3,760 spawning spaces, using over 4,500 redstone blocks. Yeah, uses over 1,200 pistons, so not many there, but a lot of spawning spaces for that. And it uses several thousand hoppers on top of that as well. So it's made out of 8 spawning towers. These are 4 platforms tall each, with a ghast crusher on the very top. So this not only does ghasts, this does pigment, and it also does magma cream. So that's a very cool thing to have. And this thing in the middle is a minecart elevator to come right at the top. Now because you're in the Nether, if we were at the top of the Nether, we're at y equals 256-ish. So we only load 128 around you. So we only load up to the bedrock layer down there. So we're up here, the farm's at max efficiency and it produces a lot of gold. This gold farm actually produces 14,000 nuggets an hour. Yeah, it's crazy productive. If I leave it on for a few hours AFK up there, it takes about half an hour to craft all the bars and blocks. It's very awesome. So this is a sort of taster of what things are to come. And the witch farm produces all the redstone for all this, all the glowstone for it and everything else. That's where that's come from. And all these sorting systems here take out the flesh from them and dispose of them into lava. And then it all gets moved to the center on each side, all the same, and then goes through a little firing system through the portal, and it goes into the other side where you saw before, into these hoppers and into the chests. So if let's go back up on the top, then we'll just have a nice little look around this farm itself, and it's so big that it actually lags out the game a bit, so you have to be a bit wary on that. And this uses my same smart shifting floors as I did in my witch farm itself. And as you see, any magma cubes get stuck on there and they have to wait a while to get out. That's why they're only 10 wide platforms, so that eventually those slimes will get out. They don't really affect the rates because the other farms pick up the slack. And for me, this is the first farm on the world which is really good. I've done my Enderman Farm as well, but this is awesome. Really big. So that is the gold farm. Okay, so onto a miner farm. This one here is a triple spider spawner. You can see here 2 there and 1 there. Pretty darn awesome. Does about 20 stacks of string an hour. Very cool. And all got down here is a little item elevator and hoppers underneath carpet with glowstone underneath that, so there's no spawning because of the light. That's pretty awesome. So the next part of the world is the end. Now the end does not look pretty yet on the overworld side, but it looks pretty good on the end side. Let's go have a little look at this. Through we go. And I will note I do use custom textures on some things which are high resolution, and I'm in the process of merging the packs over to what I want. So yeah, this is the end thus far. So as you can see, my gold farm is very productive. You can see the gold blocks here. Very cool. This thing in the middle is a up and down piston elevator. We'll go look at that now. Okay, so there's the option to go up on this to the portal or down to the farm below, and then you go from the farm up right to the top. Just a piston elevator going down and up. Very cool. Like so. So that's a lot of gold blocks in that, and that was just for fun. So go down here now, and we go to the Enderman Farm. Now this is a very impressive build as well, I will say, but I'm used to making Enderman Farms, so it's not really as much a big thing for me, unlike the gold farm. Now this is the most efficient gold farm I've ever made, and probably ever will make. It actually rests on the limit of player killing, so you cannot gain experience any faster than this by just punching Enderman, because the player can't physically punch them fast enough to get any faster spawning rates or experience rates. So this is 53 seconds or 52.5, whatever it is, to level 30, which is the maximum you can get just by punching without using macros. And to level 50 it's 3 minutes 48, I remember. I think it's 3 minutes 48, which is also again the fastest you can do it. No matter how I change this farm bigger or smaller, well, even make this bigger, you'll still get 3 minutes 48 for level 50, just because you can't literally punch them any faster without using macros, of course. So in here I've got hopper system underneath all of this, so that if I drop something it will go through and be sorted in here, like so. All the extra items come to here. This is a storage area, and then I've an overflow of ender pearls, so that when they die, items get sucked through this soul sand and go into these. So the first of all, they store 2 double chests worth of ender pearls. Anything extra gets disposed of outside, like so. Very cool. So there's a couple of features of this farm which are very neat. So first one is this one here. It kills pretty much all of them all the time. Now because of the full reset on this farm, there's a small chance that they will survive. Yeah, it's just there for fun really. Next thing over here is an anvil dispenser. So just push this button here, builds a little hidey hole, and this is just a very quick anvil dispenser. Just it comes down the bottom, gets pushed out the back. Pretty simple. There you are. So let's go have a look at the farm itself. Okay, so this farm is an adaptation to my previous design, the Hooker Enderman Farm, which is very popular and works very well. Now this farm, they will both do the same speed level 30, because both of them produce enough Enderman to hit that player killing limit. But this one goes even further and increases this time on level 50, so that if you're doing lots of high level enchantments, this is the beast farm basically. It's just ridiculously fast. I named it the Behemoth Enderman Farm because it's just like an overlord Enderman Farm. It's very productive. So yeah, if you want to go to level 50s all the time, this is the one for it. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get what you pay for. So this works on the fact, the same as my Hooker Enderman Farm, has that it's a one wide farm completely all the way down, so that mobs will fall, and they'll fall through the tripwire hooks themselves, as there's no hitbox and there's no tripwire on them. So each little bit is independent, and also sort of each bit in here, one piston gets activated by one hook. So it works very well, so that when one spawns, it's not actually using up space for any other spawns at the same time. So it's very efficient use of the actual spawning spaces themselves. So yeah, that is the Enderman Farm, which is pretty darn awesome, and I love it. Let's go back. And I guess the final thing in the world to show you is the elevator going back up. There's not a whole lot more big farms made yet on the Let's Play. We're only 10 episodes in, I've got experience, I've got resources, and I'm ready to go forth and do lots and lots of new projects. So, hope you enjoyed a little show of my Let's Play. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do, and see how I progress. And a note, I'm also on the Hermitcraft server, so these big things may be coming to that as well. So hope you've enjoyed, guys, and I'll see you soon.